My child, listen closely, because what I'm about to share is not meant for just anyone. This message found you at the exact moment your spirit was ready to receive it. You might believe you opened this by chance or that your timing was random, but nothing about this moment is accidental. The pull you felt, the urge you couldn't explain, the way your attention was drawn here, all of it is connected. The universe does not misplace moments, and your presence here is the result of a spiritual alignment that has been unfolding for longer than you realize. I need you to calm your thoughts and open your heart, because what we are about to speak of involves a woman who is not unfamiliar to you. She knows you. She has been close enough to observe your habits, your routines, and the way your mind works. This is not about a stranger or someone distant. This is about a woman who once stood close enough to earn your trust, close enough that you never questioned her intentions, close enough that you believed she would never hurt you. You allowed her into your space. You shared your thoughts with her. You believed the version of herself she showed you. But understand this: darkness does not always appear threatening. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it sounds caring. Sometimes it hides behind kindness and familiar faces, disguising its true nature as friendship. Right now, as these words reach you, this woman is sitting alone somewhere, holding a report that has shattered the world she thought she controlled. The air around her feels heavy with fear and realization. Her hands are shaking so badly she can barely keep the pages steady. She is staring at information that has stripped her of confidence and replaced it with a fear she never imagined she would face. Her breathing is uneven and shallow, breaking in her chest as if every breath might crack. She reads the words over and over, hoping they will somehow change, hoping the diagnosis will rearrange itself into something less frightening, less final. She bargains silently, desperate for another outcome, but the paper does not lie. The truth remains fixed in black and white, cold and unavoidable, staring back at her without mercy. She is facing a reality that no amount of money, influence, or manipulation can undo. Her body is failing, but you must understand why. This is not random. It is not fate choosing her. It is not genetics or bad luck or time simply running out. Her body is collapsing under the weight of something she planted herself. The same hands that once reached toward your destruction are the hands that set this into motion. Hands you thought were meant to support you were quietly working against you. She is now in an advanced stage of a condition that did not appear suddenly. It did not grow overnight. It has been forming for the exact length of time since she tried to harm you. She never expected this. She never imagined the trap she designed for you would become the prison she now lives in. She believed she was in control, never realizing she was turning herself into the victim of her own intentions. She assumed the harm she sent your way would never return to her. She thought she could release destruction into the world and walk away untouched. But spiritual laws do not work that way. Take a moment and let that truth settle within you. If something inside you recognizes this message, if you feel that it was meant specifically for you, acknowledge it. Your awareness is a signal that you are no longer blind to what has been happening around you. For 3 long years, this silent destruction has been growing inside her. For 3 years, while she believed she had succeeded, something within her was quietly forming, developing into what she is now forced to face. While she smiled at you, it took root. While she planned against you, it strengthened. She spent those years living comfortably in the illusion that she had escaped consequence, unaware that her own body was keeping record of everything. Before you wonder who she is or what she did, you must understand the depth of her intent. This was not a moment of anger. It was not a mistake fueled by emotion. Her actions were deliberate, calculated, and carefully thought out. She invested time and energy into your downfall. The envy she carried was not small. It was deep and well hidden behind practiced smiles. She perfected the art of showing you one face while holding another in her heart. In public she praised you, but inside she judged you. She appeared supportive, yet secretly wished to see everything you were building fall apart. Every success you achieved stirred bitterness within her. Every blessing you received felt like a wound she couldn't ignore. She watched you rise, and instead of feeling inspired, she felt smaller. As your life moved upward, her resentment sank deeper, rooting itself into her spirit. Rather than confront her insecurities, she allowed them to grow. Instead of releasing jealousy, she fed it. She guarded her resentment like something valuable, nurturing it until it consumed her entirely. And without realizing it, she became trapped by the very darkness she refused to let go of. She studied you closely, not out of admiration but with an agenda. She paid attention to how you lived, the rhythm of your days, the scents you wore, the patterns you followed, and the things you touched most often. She told herself she was just being observant, but in truth she was searching for a weak place, a way to slip something destructive into your life. She memorized your habits, unaware that while she was watching you, every thought and intention forming inside her was being recorded by something far greater. She believed she was unseen, that no one knew what she was planning, but she was mistaken. Her actions were quiet and calculated, not chaotic or obvious. It was the kind of silence that disguises danger and makes evil appear harmless. She trusted that subtlety would protect her, that moving in secret meant leaving no evidence behind. What she intended was not minor or harmless. It wasn't gossip or a rumor meant to damage your image. Her goal was to stop something essential in your life, to bring your progress to a permanent halt. She thought she had found the perfect way, a method that couldn't be traced back to her, a plan that would allow her to stand at a distance pretending to be concerned while secretly watching you fall apart. She imagined herself playing the role of a worried friend while quietly being the source of your pain. What she didn't know was that every whisper in the dark echoed in a realm beyond her sight, that every step she took was being counted and weighed. With each move against you, she was writing her own judgment. Heaven saw her choice, saw her preparation, saw her confidence as she believed she held the advantage. And then the moment came when everything shifted. The instant she thought she had won was actually the moment she lost. When she carried out her plan, she believed the timing was perfect and that control was finally hers. She expected to see you weaken while she feigned sympathy, convinced that silence would protect her from consequences. She waited for the outcome she had designed, unaware that the atmosphere had already turned against her. What she intended for you never reached you. It didn't touch your body, your spirit, or your destiny, not because she failed, but because you were protected long before her plan ever formed. She was trying to attack something physical while standing against a spiritual covering she couldn't see. The moment she moved against you, she moved against heaven itself. What she prepared and attempted to transfer reversed instantly. A law she ignored came into effect. The truth that those who dig pits for others often fall into them themselves. She didn't notice when it happened. It was subtle, invisible, a tiny mistake she dismissed as nothing. A brief touch, a careless moment with the very thing meant to harm you sealed her fate. She walked away believing she was safe, unaware she had bound herself to destruction. For 3 years, what she intended for you has been consuming her from the inside, slowly and quietly unraveling her strength and her spirit. She mistook the delay for escape, not realizing that judgment doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it comes silently, growing until it can no longer be ignored. That silence has now ended. The weight of her actions has returned to her, demanding payment for a debt she thought she would never have to face. As she looks at the evidence in her hands, the truth overwhelms her. Regret comes crashing down not only for what she tried to do to you, but for the realization that she destroyed herself in the process. For the first time, she understands the darkness she partnered with and sees that it was never loyal. The trap she set has closed on her instead. You may wonder why this is happening now and why you were never shown her plan. Understand this clearly. Her suffering is not meant for your satisfaction, and what unfolds from here carries a purpose greater than revenge. Do not look at what is happening to her with satisfaction or pleasure, but with clarity and understanding. What you are witnessing is a message. It is a warning, a revelation, and above all a reminder of just how protected you are. It shows you that you were never meant to fight your battles alone, because something greater has always been fighting on your behalf. Every plan she formed was stopped before it could take shape. Every scheme was dismantled before it had a chance to grow. Everything she wished for you was intercepted long before it could come near your life. You were never in danger, not even for a moment. Your life has been guarded in ways you cannot see and covered in ways you may never fully understand. You are surrounded by protection that does not rest, present while you sleep and while you wake, standing watch even when you are unaware of it. Now we move deeper into the truth, so take a breath, because what comes next will shift the way you see everything. Truth does not arrive softly. It does not ask permission. It comes like a sudden wind that strips away illusions, and once it touches you, nothing remains the same. Your perspective changes forever. That is what is happening now as we look back at the story of this woman. She is the one holding the report with shaking hands, the one whose tears will not stop, the one finally facing the weight of her own choices. She was not always like this. There was a time when her heart still had tenderness, before bitterness took hold. There was a time when she admired you, when she looked at your life with genuine respect and saw something in you that she wished she had within herself. You carried a light she longed for but did not know how to create. But admiration without self-love is dangerous. It slowly turned into comparison. Comparison became envy, and envy grew into resentment. Resentment hardened into something dark and destructive that wanted to bring you down instead of rising on its own. No one around her saw this change, but heaven did. She never spoke about her feelings. She hid them carefully. She suffered quietly and planned quietly. She wore kindness like a costume so convincing that even your intuition accepted it. She laughed with you, supported you, and spoke gently, all while a storm was building inside her. At first, she did not want your downfall. What she wanted was your life, your peace, your favor, and the ease with which doors opened for you. She watched opportunities come to you naturally, and it confused her more than she ever admitted. She could not understand why someone she secretly underestimated would walk in such protection and purpose. That confusion became the root of everything that followed. It did not begin with hatred, but with a desire to possess what was never hers. The moment that desire turned into entitlement, she crossed a spiritual line she was not prepared to pay for. Those who envy you most are rarely strangers. They are usually close enough to see the details of your life. Outsiders hear about your blessings, but insiders witness them, and that closeness can be dangerous when the heart is not clean. She stood too close and watched too carefully. She studied you not to grow, but to exploit. She learned your routines not to support you, but to use them. She noticed your habits, your mornings, the things you loved, and the patterns you never changed, and she turned years of closeness into a weapon. Before she acted, one moment pushed her over the edge. Something happened 3 years ago that she never healed from, even though she pretended she had. You rose in a way she did not expect. Your name was spoken in a space she believed belonged to her. You received a blessing she thought she deserved. Instead of celebrating you, jealousy consumed her. She felt humiliated by your success and invisible in your recognition. The comparison became unbearable. Instead of healing, she allowed bitterness to grow until it poisoned everything she felt toward you. That is when the plan began, slowly and quietly. She justified it with lies, telling herself you did not deserve what you had, convincing herself that you were only lucky and not chosen. She built false stories in her mind to make her intentions feel right. But darkness grows when it is fed. On a day when she felt especially overlooked, when your light felt threatening to her insecurity, she decided she would dim it herself. Take a moment to think about the people closest to you. If you have ever felt unexplained tension or discomfort around someone near you, honor that feeling. Awareness is your first defense. She wanted to control the timing of your fall. She wanted it to look natural, as if life itself was draining you, not as if someone had planned it all along. She crossed a line that changed everything. She obtained something dangerous, something that was never meant to come into contact with a human body. In her mind, it was the perfect tool because it was silent, unseen, and nearly impossible to trace. She wasn't looking for a dramatic ending. She wanted something slow and confusing, the kind of harm that unfolds quietly and leaves people searching for answers. In her arrogance, she committed the very act that sealed her future. She attempted to place that substance onto something deeply personal to you, something you used every day and held close without a second thought. She was convinced this would be her victory. She believed she had outwitted protection and that nothing beyond the physical world was watching. What she didn't know was that you were surrounded by a barrier she could neither see nor penetrate. The instant she tried to act, the unseen realm responded. A protection you weren't even aware of activated silently. In that moment, as she handled what was meant to harm you, a small trace of it transferred onto her own skin. She felt nothing and noticed nothing, brushing it off as insignificant. She had no idea that such a tiny mistake would echo so powerfully through time. That single moment marked the beginning of her undoing. First, nothing seemed wrong. Weeks passed, then months, and she moved through life believing she had succeeded and escaped any consequence. But beneath the surface, the result of her actions had already taken hold. It progressed quietly, advancing year by year until it reached the point she faces now. 3 years later, she is confronting a reality she never imagined. Her strength is fading not because of chance or misfortune, but because of her own choices. That is why her hands tremble now and why she carries the weight of someone crushed by the outcome of their own actions. A fear sits in her chest that she cannot explain, because deep down she understands this is not random. Even if she never speaks it aloud, she knows this did not happen by accident. She recognizes it as the return of what she set into motion. While she faces the harvest of what she planted, you need to understand that you were shielded from all of it. Every attempt she made, every intention she aimed at you, and every step she took failed. Nothing she prepared ever entered your life because you were protected by a covering she could not break through. Now that you are aware of what has happened to her, recognize that this revelation has purpose. Truth is never uncovered without reason. You are entering a season where hidden motives and concealed intentions will come into view. You will begin to understand why certain relationships fell apart, why some opportunities closed unexpectedly, and why people you once trusted drifted away. You will see why your spirit felt unsettled in certain places without any clear explanation. What was hidden is being revealed not to frighten you, but to release you. For the past 3 years, an unseen resistance followed your steps, working to slow your growth and block your rise. Her actions cast a shadow along your path, formed by her envy, bitterness, and intent. Even though the harm she planned never touched your body, the weight of her hatred tried to linger around you. You sensed it in moments of unexplained exhaustion, in nights of tears without a clear reason, and in heaviness that settled on your chest out of nowhere. These feelings were not random. They were the pressure of something unseen trying to reach you. Yet even then, you were protected. Even when you felt exposed, you were safe. Even when life forced you to your knees, you were backed by a force that does not lose battles. You endured because you were chosen, and because protection was assigned to your life long before you were aware of it. Remember the mornings you woke suddenly, feeling as if someone had called your name even though no one was there. That wasn't coincidence or fear. It was a presence guarding you, pulling you away from harm that tried to enter your rest. Now that the weight of her actions has been lifted, what is coming into your life will not merely return, it will increase. The delay that once held you back has been removed. The shadow that followed you has disappeared. The unseen interference slowing your progress is dissolving. Pay attention, because the timing of your life is shifting, and what comes next will move faster than you expect. What once felt frozen will begin to move, and what was closed will start to open. Where destruction was intended, restoration is now taking place. Where someone hoped for your fall, breakthrough is rising instead. In the weeks ahead, you will experience divine repayment. Delays will lift faster than you expect, and blessings that were held back will begin to flow all at once. You endured battles that were meant to overwhelm you, and because you stood through them, what comes next will be visible and undeniable. The very thing meant to take you out will become the reason you rise higher, and what was meant to weaken you will now lift you forward. There will be clear confirmations that this new chapter has begun. You will notice a peace settling over you that has no logical explanation. A lightness when you wake up, a calm in your mind and spirit that feels unfamiliar but welcome. You will see opportunities open with ease where effort once failed, situations resolving themselves without resistance. And someone new will enter your life, a person with sincere intentions and a clean heart, someone meant to walk with you into what comes next. You are stepping into a season where you are no longer carrying everything on your own. What needs to be handled is being handled for you. Battles are being fought while you rest, and solutions are forming even while you sleep. Every tear you cried mattered. Every moment of pain was seen. Every time you chose to endure was counted. You lived through what should have ended you, and now you are moving into a level of growth you never imagined for yourself. If this message aligns with what your spirit has already been sensing, don't ignore it. This is an invitation to stay connected to truth and to walk forward with awareness into this season of restoration. Declare it for yourself and let the shift begin. You are protected, you are chosen, and you are rising.